Everyone, it's Matt Johnson, the leader of the pack in the Believe in You evolution, coming at you today. And I'm going to take you to school today. I'm going to do something a little bit different today and tie it into what I want to talk to you about. Okay, so today we worked on shoulders at the gym. Normally I do upper body, lower bodies 4 times a day, 4 times a week. And that's just how I like to train. I'm able to work out every muscle group 2 times a week, but there's certain muscle groups that I just want to work on a little bit more, and that's what I'll use Wednesdays, Saturdays, and just little maintenance ones that I like to do. Okay? So I want to talk about the muscles a little bit. I'm going to take you to the school of the Fit for Evolution. The Fit for Evolution school right now. Okay, I want to talk to you about the muscle real quick. The muscle has 3 different basic movements that it does. It either does concentric, eccentric, or isometric. Okay, so what that means is with the eccentric muscle, what it means is that is the muscle elongating. So it's pulling. Okay, so if I were to do a bicep curl, it's elongating. This is an eccentric motion. It's elongating. Okay. Now, if I wanted to do a concentric, this is the one that most people are familiar with, is we're concentric. Concentric. Okay. It's pulling. Okay. Anytime you have a pulling motion, you're in a concentric motion. Okay. Now, iso, what it is no movement. So if I were to just hold a flex, then you're just in an iso. Okay. So anytime you do a plank or anything like that, anytime it holds still, but it's isometric, okay? Those are 3 basic movements that you do. So now that we've talked about that, now I want to focus a little bit on the shoulder and what the shoulders are and what they do. The shoulders are mostly a stabilizing muscle group. They usually stabilize all the other movements that your arms are going to do, or your chest, or your back. So they help stabilize the muscles. So you have 3 parts, and it's called a deltoid. You have 3 parts. You have your anterior delt. This is going to be hard. You have the medial delt, so the middle, and then you have the posterior. That's in the back. It's so important for you to work, especially the medial and the posterior delts. Those are usually the weakest muscle groups in the shoulders. And what I see all the time is people's shoulder, they kind of go like this. They round forward like that. This is very hard to be my own cameraman and do this. They round forward, okay? And people start to get shoulder pains a lot. When they do a bench press, whenever they do an overhead press, they're like, oh, my shoulders, man, that is getting me good. But really, it's actually causing a lot of damage. Usually, it's because you have a muscle imbalance. And so if your shoulders are rolled forward, it puts a lot of pressure on that shoulder. Okay? So why it's so important to work on the posterior delt is because it will help pull those shoulders back a little bit more, and you have little muscles that attach to the posterior and things. There's a lot of anatomy into it, but if you can work on your posterior delt, it will help relieve a lot of that pain. Not only that, but you get that nice little round look, and so like you get that little V. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to show you. You get that nice little V taper in your shoulders, which everyone really likes. It kind of just finishes them off, especially when you get that medial delt. It gives you that width look when you have those shoulders, okay? So it's important. It's important that you work balance rather than just working, okay, I want to see how much I can shoulder press or military press. Like, that's great and all. But if you don't have the balance, you're more prone to injury. Not only that, but you're more prone to look like a hunchback. So, what is the point of this message? Why am I sharing all this information with you? It's great information, but here's the facts, is that most people, they wouldn't know this. The average person does not know this. They just think, okay, I'm going to work shoulders, and then they see people working all these different movements and things. But here's the facts. Like, if you create balance within your body starts to look better. You become stronger. You become more functional even. Your range of motion goes up. Everything increases when you have balance and symmetry within your body. So rather than I would hold this camera up right now, but seriously, my shoulders are so dead from the workout today, I'm struggling to hold it up. But the balance is so important for your longevity of functionality even, and injuries, to make sure that you don't get as injured. Injury is always a risk, but it doesn't have to be. If you have balance, you're less risk of injury. So tie this in. What does this mean for you? One is make sure that you're getting the right information, that you're learning correct principles on how to train. How do you get balance? Well, you're probably going to need someone who's an expert to teach you how to train those muscles properly, how to engage those as you're doing each lift. That's very crucial. A lot of people miss that point. Number 2, create balance. It's all about balance. The more symmetrical you are in the front and the posterior muscle groups, anterior, posterior, and the more symmetry you create, the less injury and the less pain and aches. Not only that, but the stronger you're going to get. So symmetry is a key principle all the time in every muscle group. So apply that to your life. Where is it that if you had balance, if you learned to create symmetry and balance within your marriage, in your business, in your spirituality, how would that change? Well, you probably would avoid any injuries or any loss, any effects of divorce, anything of my business isn't growing, any spirituality where you don't feel like your testimony in God is growing. You would have balance. And not only that, but all of your relationships would be stronger. Everything within your business, marriage, within your spirituality, everything becomes stronger once you create balance and symmetry. And this is how you be, and do it all in your life, is that you just have balance and symmetry. It's hard. I get it. Many of us are going to create excuses. We're going to have resistance. I get it. So, where is it that you need to create balance and symmetry in your own life? Think about it. I promise you, it will change your life. Less stress, more happiness, more peace. And not only that, but you just get things done. It's simple. No injuries. Live it. I love you all. So blessed to be able to help and to contribute to all of you. I love you. I'm Matt Johnson, the leader of the pack and the Believe in You evolution. And we'll see you later.